Hey folks, how you doing today? I hope you're doing great. I'm here with you know who, Pimpy. You can see. Now these flashcards are really helpful if you're preparing for the exam in that it's got one for each process and behind we've got the tools, techniques, inputs and outputs and you can play a great game with them. So Pimpy has been very generous. I think he's trying to make some friends since we know his number one enemy on the PMP exam. All right, Pimpy, how about you take a seat while I talk to our friends about the CAPM exam? So, if you're getting ready for the CAPM exam, you're probably studying this book, the PMBOK Guide 5th edition. That is, if you're taking the exam before the 21st. I want to give you some information that will help you on your exam. If you're wondering what the CAPM exam is going to be made of, it is actually made up entirely of questions from here. It is really all about the PMBOK guide. I found this out firsthand. I've taken the CAPM exam twice, once in 2011, I believe it was, and the second time was 2016. I took it once in Phoenix, and I took it the second time in London at Cloak Lane. And in both experiences, I realized that the PMP exam is a lot different from the CAPM. The CAPM is based solely on this. The PMP sometimes could seem as though it's going outside of the PMBOK guide. But for the CAPM, it's this. And that's why, some of the students who didn't pass the exam based on the fifth edition, the PMP exam based on the fifth edition, I told them it might make sense for you to just go take the CAPM, just go play with it. If you've got $275 or $225, whatever try you're going for, again, just spend that money. With it 325, all the prices get jumbled up after a while. But I would advise you, hey, if you've still got a little bit of fifth edition material in your head, go play with the CAPM because it is based on this. It is knowledge completely out of this being tested, not the application of knowledge, but the knowledge itself. So, my advice to you would be as you're studying, go through every single process. The CAPM is actually graded by knowledge area. So, I would say you can tackle this by knowledge area. If you want, you can tackle it by process group. But for each process, make sure you take cliff notes about what that process is really all about. And as you go into the tools, techniques, inputs, and outputs, it's like a regurgitation of what is in here that is on the exam. If you know the tool well and you find a question on it on the exam, likelihood is you're going to be able to tackle it really well. If you know the tool well, you can tackle the question well. And concentration is actually very heavy on the tools and techniques. The inputs and outputs, they're there, but they're not as prominent as the tools and techniques. The tools and techniques, you'll get questions testing you on the tools and techniques, but not which tool is used to do that. No, that's not how the question will be posed. It will be posed in a little bit of a more challenging way. You want to do this, what should you use or what should you do would be more like it instead of which tool and technique do you use in validate scope. No, you won't get stuff like that. That's too easy, even at CAPM level. The questions on the CAPM, they're not a cakewalk by any stretch. So you do need to be ready to face questions that test you on your knowledge of that thing, not the application of knowledge necessarily, but the knowledge of that thing. All right. So for the processes in here, for each one, go through them with a fine tooth comb. What am I really trying to do in this process? And then what do I get out of this process and how do I work the process? The tool and technique involved. If you are taking the exam again based on this, you might want to go to Google and type in PMP cram list, all one word, PMP cram list. Put it in inverted commas and search, and you'll find my PMP cram list that's out there. It's a JPEG, but it's got all of the inputs, tools, techniques, and outputs of the exam based on this listed. So that would be my suggestion, folks. If you really want to kill the CAPM exam, you got to know the stuff in here really well. Don't waste time with texts that are outside of this, trying to digest that stuff. This is the stuff you need. It's 100% from here. Okay, if you can get this stuff down into your head, the rest is gravy. All right. I wish you all the best. Don't forget, my friend Pimpy over here, he has got one more of these. Okay. So if you're getting ready for the exam and you are looking for one more study aid, this would be a nice one, and it's free. It's totally free. But you need to send in your email address to us. So send us an email, support@praizion.com. That's SUPPORT at Praizion, the channel name, Praizion.com. All right. I wish you all the best on the exam. And remember, when you are looking to go to the next level, hey, Pimpy, take it easy. When you're looking at going to the next level for the PMP, don't forget to stay tuned to the channel, all right? Because we've got lots of great content that will help you out. All righty. Speak to you guys soon. Bye for now.